What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to your video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for 2025 Go Bowling at the Glen. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series has the Watkins Glen International Speedway, a 2.45-mile road course that kind of races like a short track from time to time, can put on some solid and really good racing. It's had some wild finishes like back in 2012, and it's had some great moments throughout the years. The last time we ran at Watkins Glen, we saw Chris Buescher get by Shane Van Gisbergen on the white flag of the event last year and pick up his first win of 2024. He's back this time around to try to defend that victory and get his first win of 2025 and his 7th career NASCAR Cup Series victory. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before I go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend currently at the moment is looking extremely promising. It's going to be 90 degrees the high with 65 degrees as though with only a 15% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Going to be some really nice weather headed out to racetrack. Going to get warmer as the day progresses and goes on, which could lead to tires falling off quite a bit with they're using the same tire they've had at the road courses. But it should be some solid weather if you are headed out to the weekend. The weather should be pretty good. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. Usually, I do 2 suck picks, 2 underdog picks, a winner's pick, and 5 drivers you watch out for. But for this weekend, since we're headed to a road course, I got 3 suck picks, 3 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend who I don't think will have the pace and speed. I got 3 underdog picks, 3 drivers who desperately need a good run, and I think will have a really good run this weekend or really good at these types of tracks. And I do my winner's pick, the driver thinks going to win the race overall. And I got 7 drivers you need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Go Bowling at the Glen? My first suck pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver of the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin historically has not been very good in the next-gen era at road courses. Yes, he's a previous winner back in 2016 at Watkins Glen, but Denny Hamlin's only had 2 or 3 top 20 finishes in the next-gen era. Now, granted, he did finish in the top 10 at Chicago, which was really, really impressive, and I know Hamlin's been wanting to get better at road courses, but outside of a really good run in 2023 here, he just has not been that great at Watkins Glen in recent years. So I think Hamlin's going to struggle quite a bit, plus he doesn't have the best momentum coming the weekend after a struggle at Iowa Speedway, getting involved in a lot of incidents and crashes. I think Denny Hamlin won't run well. I think he struggles this weekend at the Glen. My second suck pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver of the 1 car for Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain. Look, Ross Chastain historically, he is a very good road course racer, as he got his first career win in the Cup Series at a road course back in 2022. But his numbers as of recently do not convince me he's going to be a major factor. He has only had 2 top 10 finishes since his win at Charlotte, and I don't believe he has scored a single top 5 since his win. I think Ross is going to struggle to be a major factor for the victory. I think he'll have decent speed, but I just worry that things are going to kind of go wrong for Ross. Plus, there's another guy who's probably going to be better that's in the field. I think Ross doesn't run amazing. I think he'll run in the middle of the pack potentially this weekend at the Glen. And my third and final suck pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver of the 21 car for the Wood Brothers, Josh Berry. After a really strong start to 2025, this number 21 team has just fallen off a cliff and has been way too inconsistent. Josh Berry has not scored a single top 10 finish since his top 10 at Kansas and has not scored a top 5 since his win at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. A little concerning for someone who started the year off on a really strong note. Berry's not been that great as of late. I think it's going to be a struggle for him. He's not been that great at road courses historically as well. I think it's going to be a struggle for Josh Berry to be a major factor in any way, shape, or form this weekend at Watkins Glen. And now we're going ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Go Bowling at the Glen. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver of the 8 car for Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch. Usually I have Kyle Busch as one to watch for these road course races, but there's so many drivers that I think have better opportunities to win than him currently at the moment. Yes, he dominated the races circuit in Americas, but I think Busch will still be a factor in some way, shape, or form, because I think this 8 team's had decent speed at points. Granted, the last 2 races, they've kind of not been contending for wins, but they've had decent speed at times. I think Kyle Busch will have a pretty decent car. I think he'll have a top 5, top 10 car more than likely, and will be a factor for a great finish this weekend at Watkins Glen. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver of the 23 car for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace comes in this weekend with 3 straight top 10 finishes. I believe a 7th place finish at Dover, winning the Brickyard 400, and of course finishing in 6th in a really impressive drive at Iowa. Bubba's also gotten better at Watkins Glen and has been historically pretty good at getting better at road courses over the last little bit of time. I think Bubba will be a factor for a pretty good run. I think we'll have a solid chance and opportunity. I think he could be a factor for a potential top 10. I think the pace and speed will be there. I expect 2011 to bring the best speed they can to give Bubba also a good opportunity for a great finish this weekend at Watkins Glen. And my third and final underdog pick for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver 71 car for Spire Motorsports, Michael McDowell. Now, Michael McDowell, usually someone who I think is going to be a massive factor, has been pretty good at Watkins Glen historically, but I do worry a little bit about the reliability of the Spire cars, considering they had issues when they were dominating the race at Chicago. But I expect McDowell to have good speed. McDowell's been really good at road courses. His finish, I think, in the top 5 and top 10 in all 3 of them, or all 4 of them so far this year. So I expect, except of course Chicago, I expect McDowell to be a factor, and I think we'll have a solid chance and opportunity for a really good and pretty strong run with this organization this weekend at Watkins Glen with Spire. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Go Bowling at the Glen. Who am I picking to win? My winner's pick is absolutely a no-brainer. This guy has been dominant at road courses so far this year with 3 victories and 3 straight victories at road courses at Chicago, Mexico, and of course at Sonoma as well. I am picking the driver of the 88 car for Trackhouse Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen, to pick up his 4th win of 2025 and his 5th career NASCAR Cup Series victory. This one's a no-brainer to me. SVG's been historically great at road courses. He was really good last year at Watkins Glen with a Call-It car, still nearly won the race, and now for the mistake, he would be probably going to be a back-to-back winner. He's just been so good this year at the road courses. He's going to have some good competitions. I think the Cup guys are going to be solid this week, but at the end of the day, I think of how good SVG's been, especially how good he was at a track like Sonoma, I think Shane Van Gisbergen will come off the corner. I think he will pick up his 4th win of the season this weekend at Watkins Glen. And now we're going ahead and jump on to drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. While Chase Elliott has not won in the Next Gen era currently at the moment, he has one of the best average finishes in the Next Gen era, and he's had multiple top 5s, including a 3rd place finish recently at Sonoma Raceway. I expect Chase to be a factor for a win. He's been historically amazing at Watkins Glen as well. It would not surprise if he gets his first road course victory of the season with the speed that 9 car has showed this year. I think Chase gets back on track and will be a factor for a potential win this weekend at Watkins Glen. The second driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver of the 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Chase Brisco. This 19 team is starting to really come together. They're having a lot of really good runs. They're qualifying exceptionally well. He's qualified on the front row. I believe all but 1 or 2 starts in the last couple months. And Briscoe's coming off having a win at Pocono, and he's had multiple top 2 and top 5 finishes as of late. I think Briscoe's going to be a factor for a victory, and I think he might be able to get that second win because the pace and speed that 19 car has been showing at least as of late. The third driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. Yes, Kyle Larson did not have a great run at Iowa Speedway, despite the fact he was up front early in the event. But Kyle Larson, people don't talk about him being a great road racer. I think he's actually a really good road course racer. The guy's got 5 or 6 road course victories in his career. He's a previous time winner twice in 2021 and 2022 here. I expect Larson to be a pretty big factor for a potential victory. This could be the week he gets back on track. I think Larson will have top 5 speed and will contend for a win this weekend at Watkins Glen. The fourth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver of the 87 car for Trackhouse Racing, Connor Zilich. Connor Zilich is making his second career Cup Series road course start, and I think he's one of the odds-on favorites to actually pick up the win. Connor is a previous winner. ARCA won his Xfinity Series debut here, and while I still think SVG is the odds-on favorite to pick up the win, I think Connor Zilich will have top 5 in race winning speed. He is really good here at Watkins Glen. It would be super impressive if Connor can go out there and pick up his first Cup victory. I think it's very possible he could do it this weekend. He could have an opportunity to sweep as he's running the truck race and, of course, runs full-time in Xfinity. I think Connor Zilich will be a factor with Trackhouse to do very strong and very well. Might get a win with Nice Junior Motorsports and could get a win with Trackhouse Racing this weekend as well. The fifth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is the driver 17 car for RFK Racing, Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher is all reliable. You can always expect Buescher to be top 10 and top 5 in most road course races. And on top of that as well, Chris Buescher is running the Truck Series race, so he's going to have that experience going into the Cup Series event, running that truck race on Friday. I expect Buescher to be a pretty big factor for a potential victory. I think Buescher's been good at road courses throughout the years. I think the pace speed is going to be there for the RFK Racing number 17 team. I expect Buescher to have a solid chance and opportunity for a great run this weekend at Watkins Glen. The sixth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver of the 45 car for 23XI Racing, Tyler Reddick. Outside of a really bad run in Mexico, this 45 team's been on a roll on road courses. Now, he has not won since last year on a road course, I will say that, but Reddick is going to be a pretty big factor. I think this 45 team's had a lot of good pace and strong speed this season, though they've had some inconsistencies, including a pretty bad run most recently at a track like Iowa, but he's good at road courses. He'll get back on track. I expect 23XI to bring a really good car for him this weekend at the Glen. And a fifth final driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at Watkins Glen is a driver with the 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. After a lot of really bad runs as of recently, the 24 team is back on track. The pace and speed is beginning to come back for the program, and he just most recently won at Iowa. Plus, William Byron did very, very good at Watkins Glen a couple years ago, picking up a victory in 2023. I expect William Byron to be a pretty big factor for a potential win, and I think Hendrick's going to bring the pace speed as they look to continue getting more wins in the Cup Series. I expect Byron to be a major factor for the win and the victory this weekend at Watkins Glen. Plus, he's back as a regular season points leader. So, those are my race picks for the 2025 Go Bowling at the Glen. Just a reminder, my select picks are Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain, Josh Berry. My underdog picks are Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell. My winner's pick is Shane Van Gisbergen. And the ones to watch out for, Chase Elliot, Chase Brisco, Kyle Larson, Connor Zilich, Chris Buescher, Tyler Reddick, and William Byron. Those are my race picks. So that is going to be it for the race picks video for the 2025 Go Bowling at the Glen at Watkins Glen. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment below your picks below for this weekend at Watkins Glen. Who are your picks? Let me know your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Watkins Glen. Let me know them in the comments below. Later today on the channel, we'll have Xfinity Series race picks for the Mission 200 at the Glen as well. Tomorrow, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. We also should have the paint scheme video dropping. Then on Friday, we're going to have the Truck Series review and maybe the ARC review as well. And then, of course, if any other major news breaks on Friday, we'll discuss it live as well. Then on Saturday and Sunday, we have reactions to the Xfinity Series race and the Cup Series races and reactions to those qualifying sessions as well. We got content coming out, people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Cleese LaFron, Dodge, Ram, Frankie Muniz, Corey Day, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, you name it, all the good stuff, Sam Marshall, the Curry Junior Motorsports, you name it, we'll talk about it on the channel in the coming days and weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.